What's up guys, it's Chuck from Brady Adventures, and we're just wrapping up the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, and I was looking for some really good deals on Black Friday, and I found one right before Black Friday on the Scangauge II.
We're gonna get some carbon monoxide poisoning.
Delicious.
In a second.
And so we've got that in, and we're gonna crack it open and get it installed in the Land Cruiser. I'll be sure to put a link to this guy in the description below so you can go check it out. The reason I went and bought a Scangauge is because it enables you to get real mile per hour readings and mile per gallon readings. In the Land Cruiser, once you put bigger tires on, there's a couple options for correcting your speedometer, but they were a little invasive for me and I didn't want to do that. So this is going to show me my corrected mileage while I'm going down that highway. It's kind of expensive. It usually runs about 150 to 160. And I was going to eventually get it. I was just holding off because there were other things that were higher priorities. But when I saw this thing for 81 bucks, I was in. That's a really, really great deal. And I actually wish I would have got another one for my Tacoma. And I went back to the site to order up a second one and they were gone. Open it up and I'll talk a little bit about some of the features and then we'll get it in the Land Cruiser. You can see on the outside of the box here, digital gauge, instant average fuel economy in real time, monitor performance, cost of fuel used, per trip, cost per mile. Does a lot of little things. Important, have questions, call somebody. All right, so this is definitely the cable. Let's see, that's the regular ODB2 plug, and then there's kind of like a phone cable, network cable kind of connection. Comes with a, maybe 5 to 6 foot cable, so that should be enough to get it mounted where I want to mount it. Side of here, besides the cable, is the unit itself, which is in a little bubble wrap here. Pretty simple device. There's your plug in the back and a plug in the side. Okay, so that's cool. So you can mount it kind of either way, depending on if you want to put it flush up against something. But that's it, really simple. Just 5 buttons on the front. Oh, nice. So it comes with a couple little Velcro tabs so you can attach it to your dash or wherever you're gonna put it. But we got a quick start guide. So it's like it basically showing you how to hook it up and get it connected. So you have to set up some things like whether you want to be miles, kilometers, gallons, liters, Fahrenheit, Celsius, all that kind of stuff. So these are just basic settings you're going to set up. You can set your gauge up to show different things. So our main purpose is miles per hour, probably miles per gallon too. We'll set up a couple other items too. It's also worth mentioning that, of course, you can scan the computer for codes. All right, now let's get up to the Land Cruiser and throw this in and see how it works. First thing we need to do is get this wire plugged in to our computer, to our ODB2 port. And on the Land Cruiser, that's right up above the gas pedal on the right side under the dash. And I'll show you, it's right up under here. And it's that white plug right there. Plug that right in. Alright. So I may come up with a more permanent solution for this wire, but for now, I'm just gonna run it up right into here. It is a nasty day and it's really dreary and dark. It's literally 33 degrees and raining. It's not quite snow or ice. So I brought this outside to get a little better light. I think I'm gonna mount it over here on this side. For me, I want to have this near my speedometer in my line of sight so that I can actually see the corrected miles per hour. Some people also mount it right on the steering column right here. That's probably a pretty good option. There are 2 other mounts. There's one where you can mount it to your windshield and put it over in this corner, kind of like a suction cup mount, kind of like this, magnetic, I think. Just so you know, there is an option of just getting a decent magnetic phone mount to mount this up to your windshield if you don't actually want to do it on your dash. I might get one of those. There's also one that you can mount that mounts to the shaft behind your rear view and then actually puts it right down here. The actual ad for it says that it mounts it above the rear view mirror, but I don't see how you could possibly fit that above here in the 100 series. I'm not sure I'd like that very much, but I'll put links to those and you can check those out. All right, so I kind of want to mount this forward a little bit. I should have plugged this in before I did that. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in so I know I'm getting it in a spot where the wire will be able to route the wire easily. Okay, now I'm going to follow this quick startup guide here. So I'm actually going to run the setup with the gauge sitting here on the seat so you can see it. I want to go to more, and then setup, and miles, fuel units, gallons, temp units, pressure units, engine size. Now we know it's 4.7 liters. Tank size, I'm pretty sure I'm 25 gallons. I'm going to check that real quick. Oh, it's actually 25.4 gallons, so I think 25 is the safe number to go with. Fuel type gas, currency dollars, advanced settings, edit. Okay, let's do this. Update rate normal. Speed. So this setting is the main reason I got this thing. So being able to adjust your speed and percentage up or down. Now, this is the Tacoma World tire comparison tool. The original tire is 275/60/18 and the new one's 275/70. And the difference is 7%. I'm gonna adjust this up 7%. Now the manual says to double check this and check the speed with the GPS while you're moving, and I'm pretty sure this will be spot on, but I'll check that with the GPS later on. So one more thing I want to do before I take off is get the gauge set up. So RPMs, mile per hour. I still don't know what FWT is. Let's see if I can figure that out. WT, water temperature. Fahrenheit water temperature. So I think we're probably just going to go with these stock settings for now, because, you know, I'll probably switch off RPM at some point, but having the actual temperature of the engine's pretty good. So what I really like about this, I thought the setup was going to be kind of complicated, but it's really pretty easy once you have it in the gauge mode. You can easily just switch through by hitting the button next to the item to take it to the particular reading that you want. So really at any time you could just click and change to something else that you're more interested in seeing. Okay, so I've got the gauge mounted right down here, and you can see it sort of covers up the temperature back there a little bit, but at least it's in your line of sight. When you look down, you can go see the miles per hour.
Yeah.
Now I could get another mount like this one, a magnetic one, and they make some that are for it that are more expensive, but I know this one's really pretty high quality, and I could put that right here and have it over in the corner.
That sounds like a racket.
So which one do you think? Do you think over here?
I think over there, because you don't really need to, like...
Honestly,
I mean,
right there, I have
technically don't need to see, like, all that stuff.
In the temperature gauge back there, this is the actual temperature, so I can put that.
Cool.
Now, it's designed to shut off if there's no RPM, so just start up the car real quick, just to see. See the RPMs going? Pretty cool, huh?
We're gonna get some carbon monoxide poisoning
Delicious.
in a second.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
So I was gonna order one of these, but I think I'm just gonna stick with it there for a little while.
Yeah. Why not?
We're taking a spin with our new scan gauge.
Now 45.
You're going 45. It says 48. Sounds about right. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. And always feel free to leave us any comments or questions that you might have.